Brad from RotoHeat back at it with another 2020 player outlook post week one. We're talking Russell Gage, wide receiver, Atlanta Falcons. Don't forget, hit the like, the subscribe, the notification icon, do all the things that I always ask you to do. And I appreciate those that have. You're watching this video and this isn't the first time you've seen me talking about a guy. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for dropping comments. Thank you for calling me out, correcting things that I missed. I appreciate everything you guys do. It's amazing to talk here on YouTube, and I love to get in the comments and have conversations. So post comments below, after the video, during the video, whatever, and we'll talk about it some more.
Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. Everything's on fire.
Russell Gage has one of the better stories of a player I've heard of in a long time. You know, he got a scholarship offer from LSU kind of at the last minute. They brought him in to play defense. He converted to wide receiver, never really got a ton of targets. The Falcons drafted him in the 6th round to be kind of a special teams guy, and they hoped turned into more. And he has. I mean, Russell Gage has really blossomed. And it's his work ethic, his high character. I mean, a lot of the things that we're starting to see come to fruition are because of this kid not quitting, not giving up. And it's a good lesson for all of us to not give up. You know, if we here at RotoHeat would have gave up, you guys wouldn't be getting this amazing content you're getting right now. Just saying. You know, and if we look at things, Russell Gage is in the perfect position to really blow up in 2020 and really be a productive, flexible option on your fantasy roster. So obviously we saw week one. That was a big deal. 9 catches, 114 yards for being the number 3 wide receiver, which could very well be the 4th option or even 5th, depending on how Ryan's looking. I mean, that's a big deal. He saw 70% of the team's offensive snaps in week one, 55. You know, the unfortunate thing is Ryan typically isn't throwing 54 passes a game. Sometimes he will, teams playing from behind. Obviously, Seattle's a tough team. They're going to be playing from behind, and they had to throw it more. We don't expect Gage to have this kind of volume on a weekly basis, with Julio and Calvin healthy and all these pieces that are healthy. It's hard to really say he's going to get 100 yards every week. That's just not going to happen. What we do think is he's a bit of a must-own type player. He's a guy that you need to stash on your roster because Julio isn't the epitome of health. Calvin's had some troubles. Obviously the tight ends. Are we really sure that Hooper and Jaden Graham are really going to be, not Hooper, Hurst and Graham are really going to be the tight ends that we need them to be to fill in that. Look at what Austin Hooper left when he went to Cleveland. 97 targets last year. 97. That's a lot. That's a lot to go around. And if Hurst isn't the guy and Graham isn't the guy, Russell Gage is more than capable. Because even looking back at 2019, he still saw a significant amount of targets for a guy who was, the 4th option at best behind Jones, Hooper, and Ridley. He saw 74 targets. He caught 49 of them for 446 and a touchdown. It's not too shabby for a guy that was on defense in college, converted to offense, didn't get a lot of action. I think he only saw 21 targets or 21 receptions in his best college season with LSU. So he's a guy that's gone under the radar in a lot of places, and I think he's finally starting to make an impact and really come to his own. And this is a great opportunity to get him while the getting's good, because if he continues in this path where Matt Ryan looks to him because he's successful. The guy is catching everything that's thrown his way just about. That's big for your fantasy team come playoff times when you need to flex in somebody. I know, funny story last year, not the same type of player. I trust Gage more than Perriman, but, in a pinch, I saw Brett Perriman was getting a ton of targets from Tampa Bay, and they were behind all the time throwing the ball. You snuck him in. I snuck him in late, and he helped me get to a championship. Like, Russell Gage is the type of player that can get you that, when you're in a pinch, he can be a successful start and get you some good, solid production. So you're not taking a real low number because you had to just flex in some guy off the waiver wire. Like, he's a guy that you can pick up roster and use on a fairly weekly basis, depending on the matchup. Now, if you're seeing a matchup where you think Atlanta's probably going to be throwing the ball a lot more, Russell Gage is the guy that's going to be startable. He's going to be your flex option because he's going to get, 6 to 10 catches potentially because Atlanta's going to be throwing the ball a bunch. So, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to flex in another piece of an offense that not only the quarterback trusts him, but the quarterback's going to have to move the ball a lot through the air. So the team, some of the guys on the team said must own. Some of the guys on the team said definitely a guy you want to try to get some shares of. And some of the guys were like, he's okay. He continues to come to his own. He will get exploding numbers if Julio or Calvin go down, because he's then going to be flexed into a starting role, and he's a solid receiver. But then he's obviously taking on a team's, one or two, so that could potentially also, cause him to have to work harder. I mean, that's top corner on a team, unless you're the Lions, unfortunately, should be a really solid corner. So that's what we have to say about Russell Gage. What do you think about Gage? Put in the comments. Do all the things that if you've seen these videos, I want to interact. I want to have the conversation. I want to hear what you're thinking. Change my mind. Do you think Russell Gage is a slouch and you have no interest in him? Well, change my mind. Say it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Don't forget, Sunday mornings, Rick's live at 12:15 for patrons. So go over to rotoheat.com/Patreon so that you can stay up to date with Rick when he's live and get your last minute start sit questions in. He can help you set your lineups, do some of those things. We're here to help. RotoHeat.com. We've got rankings. We've got lots of articles. We're pumping out start sits, waiver wires from the IDP side. I know some of my IDP guys probably watch this at some point. We love our IDP, and we've got waivers, pickups, start sits. We do all that too. Craig and Paul and I are working on that throughout the week, so we're here to help. Offense, defense. We still got our college show. It's on pod format mostly, but it's going to be up here on YouTube as well. The Devy Hour is still here. It's still around. I know Thursday nights nobody's watching it, so we just went to a pre-recorded, and we've got it up as a pod and a video on YouTube at a later date. RotoHeat, man, we got everything for you. We're here to help. We're here to help 2020 and beyond.
Also, right there, playlist. Hit it. Watch the videos. Do it. You want to. Do it.